Well, the new St. Mary's is coming this November, and you're invited to their open house this weekend.
Ryan Rumbaugh joins us live to give us a sneak peek at the new facility.
Good morning, guys. Yes, I'm at the new SSM St. Mary's Hospital in Jefferson City, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow I'm showing you a sneak peek at the great new facility. I'm here this morning with Dr. Coates. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, tell me about your job here at St. Mary's.
I'm an interventional cardiologist. I work at Central Missouri Cardiology, and I've been here just about over a year now.
Okay. And what do you do day to day? What are your main jobs?
So my job is that I take care of patients with heart problems, so anything from benign palpitations all the way up to life-threatening heart attacks and emergency situations.
That's probably a little crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It keeps us busy.
Yeah, so we're in the new hospital this morning. Where are we at right now?
We're in the cardiac cath lab, and this is actually one of two cath labs that we have, and they're nearly identical. What you're looking at now is we have the cath lab table, which the patient is laid on when they come in for a heart catheterization procedure.
Yeah, this thing is serious equipment right here, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's brand new equipment. It's an update from our previous equipment at the old hospital. The technology is very much the same. However, we have a C-arm that is a much higher quality C-arm from our prior. Exactly. That's called the II, and it helps us image internal organs like the heart to do invasive procedures.
Okay, so the patient lays down here, and I asked you a little bit before, so this isn't where we do surgeries, but you said yes, it is.
Well, this is an invasive procedure. We don't technically call it a surgery, but it's definitely invasive. It's minimally invasive, where we do everything to the heart through a small nick in the groin, and patient's recovery time is usually less than a week from our procedures.
Wow, that's awesome. So kind of show me what you would do. I mean, we've got lots of buttons over here. It's not on today, right? This is great.
Correct.
In here.
It is not on yet, but when it is on November 16th, patients who have heart attacks or need heart procedures will come in through the cath lab doors. We'll lay them on the table. We'll prepare them for the procedure, which involves a sterilization process, draping, and then we can simply obtain access through the groin, use long straws called catheters to go through the groin all the way up to the heart and inject X-ray dye through that catheter and image the heart arteries. The patient is then actually moved, so we actually move the patient underneath the camera, and we're able to image organs pretty much anywhere from the head all the way down to the feet.
And then you'll see it up here on these screens.
Exactly. We've got 3 screens up there, and we use all 3 of them. We're going to need a 4th one actually there, but these show us things like invasive blood pressure. They show us the heart arteries, and they show us historical information about the patient as well.
Very interesting. It's totally cool to come in here and see this, because this isn't something that they're actually going to be able to see at the open house this weekend. No,
unfortunately, this is going to be closed because it is a lot of expensive equipment in here, and we're also trying to keep it nice and sterile so that when the patients come on November 16th, it's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm definitely not touching it. Well, when we come back, we're going to check out more of St. Mary's. You got a little sneak peek at this room, but we're going to show you even more of the new facility. For now, we'll send it back to you guys.
You're watching KRCG 13 live at sunrise.
The new St. Mary's Hospital in Jefferson City opens in just a few weeks. November 16th is the big day.
Ryan Rumbaugh joins us live with a first look at the new facility.
Yep, the big day is coming up, you guys. I'm here this morning in Jefferson City at the new SSM St. Mary's Hospital. I'm joined this morning by Dr. McAleer. Good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
Now, tell me about your job here at St. Mary's.
Well, I'm a podiatrist here at St. Mary's Hospital. I'm from a Jefferson City Medical Group.
Okay.
So I come here primarily to operate on my patients, and I also participate at the wound care center here at the hospital.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the wound care center. Who would go to that center?
Essentially anyone with a chronic non-healing wound or ulceration secondary to venous tasis disease, peripheral vascular disease, diabetes, or any other reason.
Okay. So you do your surgeries here, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, and you, like other doctors, don't have your primary office in here. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I'm centered around Jefferson City Medical Group, so I'm in the Department of Podiatry there. It's myself and my partner, Dr. William Duke. So we primarily see our patients there. We triage them, we evaluate them, and depending upon what their needs are, we may bring them here to St. Mary's Hospital for surgery.
Okay, all right. So we're in one of the prep rooms. So
this is one of our new prep rooms.
Yeah, kind of run me through. So say I need surgery, I visit you at your office, then I need to come here. Kind of tell me what goes on in this before we go to surgery.
Well, typically you'd be a little bit more comfortable. You'd be lying on this brand
plastic.
not the plastic, but the new stretcher that we have here. So we come in, we visit with family, friends, and the patient as well here in the pre-op holding area. We go over the surgical procedure to be performed that day. We sign consents, consultations. Typically, anesthesia staff will also come and visit with the patient that day, and potentially provide them with additional information about their procedure and what they're going to be doing. We also sometimes perform pre-operative blocks or regional blocks to numb up a specific extremity in order to get ready for the procedure, so the patient has less post-operative pain and helps with their pain management.
Okay, and then from there we go into the operating room, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, and all this technology here is, I mean, obviously new because it's a brand new place.
Yes.
How does the technology here compare to the current St. Mary's, and how does it make your job easier?
Well, I'll tell you, I trained at a larger institution. I trained at Mount Sinai, which is the number 14 hospital.
Yeah, it's a pretty big hospital.
Yeah, so it's a very large hospital, lots of research grant dollars, lots of operating rooms, and I got to tell you, the facilities here at St. Mary's are definitely on par, if not more cutting edge than what they have going on in some of the larger cities. They've really done a very, very nice job instituting all the things that we need as physicians and surgeons to get the job done, essentially. Everything from new sterile measures to cutting-edge operating rooms, moving everything up to the ceiling on boom arms so we don't have to worry about rolling things around on the floor. It's really going to be very nice for the patients. The workflows also are going to be very good, so the patient's going to have a nicer time when they come into the holding area, better time when they go out to the operating room, and then also a nice receiving when they come into the recovery room as well. So
yeah, great. That sounds great. Speaking of the operating rooms, this weekend is the open house here at St. Mary's, and you're not going to be able to get into most of those operating rooms, but we're going to be there when we come back in just a little bit, so you got to stay tuned. For now, we'll send it back to you guys.
You don't usually remember the inside of an operating room either, so that'll be cool to see.
That's true. Just the ceiling, maybe, or the light. St. Mary's Hospital has a new name, SSM Health, and it opens November 16th.
Ryan Rumbaugh joins us live to give us a sneak peek inside the new hospital.
Good morning, guys. Yes, the big day is coming soon, but this weekend you'll have a chance to check out the new hospital. I'm here this morning at SSM Health, St. Mary's Hospital in Jefferson City. I'm joined this morning by Dr. Crouch. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, we are in your bread and butter. We're in your lab here. Tell me about where we're at right now.
We're in the open heart surgery room.
Yes.
And this is obviously where we do heart surgery, and we will have our first case scheduled for the 18th of November.
Yeah, so it opens on the 16th, and you guys will get right going. That's very cool. Now, tell me about your job and what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I'm the director of the cardiovascular surgery program and have been doing heart surgery for about 36 years. And so that's what I do. And this is the environment in which we will perform heart surgery at the hospital. Yeah,
so kind of show us around and take me through how this operating room is a little bit different than the current St. Mary's and the improvements that we have here.
We have different monitoring stations. We have
lots of screens.
We have 3 screens that can be used for monitoring the vital signs of the patient during the procedure, and we have the anesthesiologist and myself and the perfusionist, the people who run the heart and lung machine, are able to monitor the vital signs during the procedure. We also have these flat screens on the wall, so we can bring up data during the procedure, or we can bring up cath films if we need to review cath films again, actually during the procedure. If you need to determine a certain vessel where in its position on the heart, you're able to bring the films up and look at them in the room, and it's very handy to have that.
We were in the cath lab before. That's where they would kind of take those images, right?
That's where they do the cardiac catheterization, right?
Okay, very cool. And so we've got, looks like an octopus coming out of the ceiling here. We've got lots of arms. Tell me about these lights and how they're a little bit different.
Those are the lights that we use. We also use a headlight, but these lights over the field are new. They're LED lights, and so they're very cool. So you can stand under these lights, and you can feel up here. There's no heat emanating. So
must be nice for you while you're working that you're not sweating over here.
Right, exactly.
So there's something interesting here that you don't see at most hospitals, and that's a sterilization room. Tell me about that.
We have a sterile area outside of the operating room that goes through this door over here. And if we need other instruments during the procedure, these instruments are already sterilized, and the circulating nurse can go out and get the instruments and bring them right back into the room if there's other instrumentation that we might need during a procedure. So it's very efficient and time saving, if you will.
Yeah, it cuts down on time having to run around and get other instruments, and that connects to all the rooms, right?
That area is a central area that will connect to all the operating rooms, so that the instruments will be set up in such a way that our room, the instruments that we might need, would be right by our door, and other operating rooms would have their instruments right near the area where they operate. So
very nice.
It's a very efficient way to set up an operating room.
Definitely. Well, I got to thank you for showing me around today. Something that people that come to the open house this weekend won't be able to see, so we kind of got an exclusive look at the operating room this morning. The open house at St. Mary's is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. If you register online, you could register to win an iPad mini, which is pretty cool. So go ahead and do that, and we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.